Good morning. We are once again in Erie, Pennsylvania. I'm going to do 2 flights today out of Erie. I'm going to do one flight with the Default Cessna 172, and the second flight will be with the Default Cessna, but with the Reality Expansion Pack plane.
Erie ground, Cessna 152, ready to taxi to parking.
As you can hear, I have pilot to
Cessna 4152, Erie International, Tom Ridge Field ground, taxi to park stand 11 via Alpha 3, Alpha, Delta, cross runway 2 at your discretion. Good day.
I have SayIntentions, and that kind of surprised me because I don't have any, I don't have the radios running right now.
Parking stand 11 via Alpha 3, Alpha, Delta, cross runway 2, my discretion, Cessna 152, good day.
Very interesting. So that's kind of what my plan is. So what I'm testing is the new version of the FFBTools 3.3.3, and there's been a couple of changes in how the throttle and the elevator work. So I'll demonstrate that in this before we get going too far. We'll go ahead and get the plane started up and kind of go from there. So turn the beacon on. Choose the power on. Give me a little bit of default plane. We don't have to. Okay. Where are we at? About 1,000 RPM. Okay. So right now the yoke is it's pretty far forward, and the previous version of the software, when I would like do this, so we need to wait. Let me check. KHZY, where's the temperature at? No, she's still a little cold, so I can pick it up a little bit. I can pick it up to probably 1,200. We're going to go up to about 1,200. So as I increase the RPM, the yoke moves backwards, comes back closer to me. And previous version of the software, it would only go so far, but the way it is now, if I and I can't do it quite yet because I gotta get a little more oil temperature before I can give it quite a bit more, very much more RPM. It would only go so far. Right now, with this new version, it'll go clear to neutral. So let me jump outside here while we let the plane warm up and kind of show what I'm talking about. If you look at the elevator here, it's not neutral, but as I increase the RPM, this is going to rotate till it's pretty much straight with the horizontal stabilizer. And so let me also go over here, look at the trim tab. You can see the trim tab is down just a little bit, very little bit. So back in the airplane, and you can see that I'm trimmed for takeoff. So there we go, better. You can see the oil temperature is 91 right now, 92. It's starting to climb up. So I'm still on my Bigscreen Beyond 1. They haven't sent me my new one yet, so I'm patiently waiting for my Bigscreen Beyond 2E to come and to be able to show that off in the stream. So okay. The default plane's much more forgiving. I wouldn't want to try early with the Reality Expansion Pack plane, because I will break it. Yeah, the green yet? No, not quite yet. We'll wait till it gets about 110. Let me look at something. Okay. I just wanted to check my last stream. I didn't have my my webcam wasn't working. I don't know what was wrong, but it wasn't working, so and now it is. So yeah, I had OBS Studio crashed on me last time I streamed. I've been starting it, trying recording. I did a couple of test streams just to make sure it's behaving better. So okay, so we're gonna we'll go to 1500 for right now. You can see as I go higher, you can see the Yoke's moving back. So we'll leave it right there at about 1200. Okay, parking brake is on, so I can jump out of the cockpit. Now you can see the elevator is almost parallel with the horizontal stabilizer. The previous version of FFBTools, this is different. So what I don't know is what is actually correct. So I'm gonna pull the power back. I just wanted to demonstrate that. And because it's been way too long since I flew on a real 172. Until I actually flew a 172. So I don't know that. So alrighty, so we're on ground. Let me
-0. Sky conditions. View at 3700 feet. Temperature 17. Dew point 7. Altimeter 3018. Density altitude 800 feet. Advise on initial contact. You have information India. Erie International Tom Ridgefield. Information India. 1351 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 6, 2. Wind 360 at 8. Visibility 10. Sky conditions. View at 3700 feet. Temperature 17. Dew point 7. Altimeter
Erie ground,
3018.
Cessna 152, ready to taxi to runway 06 for departure.
Feet. Advise on initial contact. You have information India.
Cessna 4152, Erie International Tom Ridgefield Ground, runway 6, taxi via Delta Foxtrot.
okay, I got a problem. PF
Runway 6 via Delta Foxtrot, Cessna 152.
alternator units. Inches. What did you say? Normally the text is there. We'll do it again then.
Height. Visibility 10. Sky conditions. View at 3700 feet. Temperature 17. Dew point 7. Altimeter 3018. Density altitude 800 feet. Advise on initial contact. You have information India.
Okay, that looks good, that looks good. Looks like we're about ready to taxi. Ground, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready to taxi to runway 06.
Cessna 256 Bravo Golf, Erie International Tom Ridge Field Ground, runway 24 taxi via Foxtrot Delta, cross runway 2, then Alpha. Contact tower on 118.1 when ready for departure.
Ground, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request taxi to runway 06. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, runway 6 taxi via Foxtrot. Contact tower on 118.1 when ready for departure.
Runway 6, taxi via Foxtrot, contact tower on 118.1 when ready for departure. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Look up. Foxtrot. I normally don't like taking off on 6, but I've been trying to run real weather, and whatever real weather says, that's what I'm going to do. So I had planned, I had planned on streaming 12.3.0 public beta 1 today, but it's not released yet, so we're on 12.2.1.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, contact tower on 118.1. Have a good afternoon.
Contact tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. I'm not going to do that quite yet. So still getting ready, getting used to my rudder pedals. The yoke I've had long enough. I'm pretty good with it, but rudder pedals are they're new, and they're just something to get used to. Whoops. Turn land lights on, taxi off, room. Come on. My controller decided it wants to move on me. I think it's where I have it at. Alright. Erie Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready for departure.
Cessna 256 Bravo Golf, Erie International Tom Ridge Field Tower, runway 6, winds 360 at 8, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. I just did a quick check of the windsock, make sure everything's about where it should be. Okay. So now this rudder, this yoke went completely to the center already. As soon as I applied pretty much full throttle, and it went to the neutral state. So that's a little different than how it worked before. So we're trimmed for takeoff. The elevator trim says it's the data rep is 0. Let me let this thing climb. Oh, there should have actually been over on 6. So a new feature for 12.3 is going to be we'll have synthetic vision. So where are we climbing out at? I'm about 2,400, and it's climbing out. It's kind of dancing around a bit between 72, maybe even 75 to 65. I'm just trying to, it's going up and down, up and down, up and down. So I'm not sure why it's doing that, but it is. So we're just climbing out of the berry. And, get out here a little bit. And 1900. Probably around, I need to be 500 above. I clearly am. So we'll go ahead and make a left-hand turn here. And we'll put in a direct to Northeast Regional. So we're going to set the altitude to 4,500. And just shallow this up a little bit. I'm going to do a direct to. Trying to get the plane trimmed down a little bit here. Looks a little better. Alrighty. So we'll go ahead and we'll put the autopilot on. Nav on. Flight level change. Nose up to, we'll do 85. Okay. So, let me look.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, you're leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Ooh, let me make sure. I'll make sure I'm reporting altitude. Okay, so Northeast Regional is 26 miles away. 16 minutes. So 18325.
Ken at 4500 feet. Temperature 16. Dew point 8. Altimeter 3021. Density altitude 900 feet. Northeast Ohio Regional Airport, Automated Surface Observation. 1453 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, broken at 4500 feet. Temperature 16. Dew point 8. Altimeter 3021.
Okay, so let me set Unicom, it's 122 800. Okay. We get close enough, I'll make a Unicom call. So, all right, we made it to altitude. I can pull the power back a little bit. Go to about 2300. So when she gets level here, we'll take a look at. So we're 98 airspeed's 98. And she looks pretty level right here, so we'll land on let's see, 90. Oh, move this over here. So we're kind of set up. We're going to end up being on a downwind. So. Yeah, so my hope is next weekend I should be able to stream 12.3, so and show off some of the new features in that. So, but I wanted kind of test the new software, my yoke and rudder pedals together, and I'm quite happy actually. It's kind of cool to have. There's no way my house is way too. I don't have enough room to have a motion ring, but so I can fly in VR and I can have force feedback yoke and rudder pedals. So it's about as good as I'm going to be able to get my my system to try to replicate the real airplanes. Yeah, last couple of streams I haven't put out any pre-notice. I normally will put something on Explain official just for it, but I've just kind of chosen not to do that for a couple of flights here. Because they're more test flights than they are anything else, but I figure I stream it. As long as I stream it, then I have a recording of it, and if I find anything that's kind of not right, it just is easier to kind of submit a log and give a timestamp as to where the craziness was that I saw. So, kind of where we're at. So we're flying along the shores of Lake Erie. This airport here is a little bit inland, not a lot, maybe, certainly less than 10 miles inland off the lake. And where Erie is probably 3 miles from the lake, so. Oh, just doing some testing of how the rudder pedals, how the yoke's working, and with the new software. So far, I don't have any real complaints. The only legitimate I would call bug is when X-Plane starts, for some reason, this little window here has, so this is where my rudder pedals are, so I'm in straight, not left to right. And then the next bars are the brakes. For some reason, when I start X-Plane, those brakes are kind of in the middle. They're right about here. And all you have to do is just move them just the littlest amount, not very much. I mean, you're only going to move them up to about here, and then they'll drop back to zero where they belong, all the way off. I mean, so it's like, so if you forget to do that and do a landing, so think about doing a landing and you have the brake not fully applied, but we'll say you have the brakes on by half, and so what'll happen is that you'll have to put in a lot of right rudder, a lot of left rudder to try to counter it. The first time it happened, I went, what the heck was that all about? And then I happened to look up at that window and I went, wait a minute, the right brake's partially on, so of course it would. If you put the right brake on, it's going to make it turn to the right. So the only way to counter it is, especially if you're landing where you've got some airspeed where the rudder's going to work, give it full left rudder and you'll try to counter it. But, and I finally realized that. So what I try to do is, as soon as it starts up, I just tap on the brakes a little bit and get them to to be off. So, alrighty, we're about 11 miles out. So the runways here are 9 and 27, I believe. Yeah, 9 and 27. So I have my heading bug set to 90. So that allows me to kind of keep myself aligned with the runway. So 9 miles out, and about now probably need to get out of autopilot. So we're gonna turn on the yoke, autopilot off. I hit the flight director. That makes it off. So we're gonna pull back on the power, try to maintain kind of this course, and we're just gonna descend a bit here. So. 500 feet per minute should be fine. And trying to find this airport. Still 8 miles out, so it's still probably not quite visible yet. So this airport's about the same elevation as what Erie is, around 600 feet or so. And so we're going to have to be around 1800, something like that. So I'll probably, before I actually see the runway, level off at around 2,000 feet. So. But until then, we'll just do a gradual descent until we get close enough. Alrighty, so I can switch frequencies here. Oh, why isn't that working? There we go. I don't know what was wrong. I hit the switch button and it wasn't doing anything. Northeast Ohio Regional, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, inbound for touch and go on runway 09, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. So I just did a CTAP call. There's no tower here, so just kind of let them know that the airport is right there. So this is a slight bit off course, not bad. We were kind of going in that direction. We should be kind of flying right towards the airport. Oh, pull back a little bit more in power. Yeah, 1900 should be pretty good. That'll get us to descend a little bit quicker. As normally I land on 27, so I have to get down in altitude a little bit quicker than I normally do. So. Trying to get rid of some airspeed. Yeah, let's do a slip, forward slip. Oh, shove this rudder in, counter it with the aileron. So I got full right rudder in. Alrighty. Alrighty. We're in the flap range. 10 degrees of flaps. We'll go out a little bit further here. Okay. Bit too high. Trees are doing something a little weird here. Whoops. Definitely got a little bit low. Okay. Actually, I had planned on doing a full stop landing there. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna pause the sim. want to change location. Whoops. Oh, I want to be back there. I want to be in this airplane. Start new flight. We'll see how bad REP kind of deals with this. Okay. Whoops. That seems okay. Alrighty, so that was the default Cessna 172. And so that's, I wanna toggle the, I didn't realize the static elements were there. Let's look at show weight balance. Oops. Apply. Okay. We probably need to check. Make sure nothing's really broken. Show maintenance report. That's odd. Current battery start, it doesn't even show. What the heck is going on here? Huh. Need to load a different airplane. Oh, I know why. Okay. Let's do this again. I had the plane in pause. Or the sim in pause. Yeah. When you have it in pause, it has no idea. Okay. Okay, so let's get this plane started. Turn the beacon on, power on. Give a little bit of fuel. Okay. Turn the fuel pump on, mixture full rich. That's good. Fuel pump off. Oh, yeah, I haven't fixed that. So we have a reality expansion pack, and my rudder pedals are a little more when the engine is at a low RPM, they vibrate a little bit more. I had adjusted the default 172. So. All right, so I'm trying to get it right around 1,000. Oops. See where temperature is. Still a little cold. Okay, what do we got here? So I've got ground in. So let's see if
Field, Information India. 1351 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 6, 2. Wind 360 at 8. Visibility 10. Sky conditions.
okay. Here ground, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready to taxi to runway 06.
Cessna 256 Bravo Golf, Erie International Tom Ridge Field Ground, runway 6 taxi via Foxtrot. Contact tower on 118.1 when ready for departure.
Taxi to runway 6 via Foxtrot. Contact tower on 118.1 when ready for departure. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Just letting the engine get a little bit more warmed up. Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready for departure.
Cessna 256 Bravo Golf, Erie International Tom Ridge Field Tower, runway 6, winds 360 at 7. Cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. So we're trimmed for takeoff here, and we've been cleared, so. So we're already like that. Airspeed's alive. So the reality expansion pack 172 is climbing out at about 5 more knots than the default Cessna. It's not a lot. Okay, there's a peninsula. Trying to get to around, we gotta be 500 feet above the elevation. Figure it's 700, so 1200 would be good. So we're close to 2000. Go ahead and make a left-hand turn here. Pull power back a little bit. Trying to get some, trying to level out a little bit here. Okay, so we put it on autopilot, flight level change, 4,500 feet. Direct to KHZY. So we set the TTAP frequency, or the AWAS frequency in the BOM2. So when we get out there a little bit, we'll make sure that nothing really changed. So. Yeah,
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, you're leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
frequency change approved, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. So, it's Northeast Ohio Regional. It's a nice airport. It's not too far away, so it's great for doing like testing and that kind of stuff. You know, you can get there. Set that as a destination. It's not too far away. You can get pretty good testing done. Yeah, so for some reason, the trim wheel has to be more nose down with the reality expansion pack plane. Not sure why. We'll see what happens when it levels off, whether it stays like that or if it's because we're climbing out. Trying to keep it around 2300 RPM. So we're at level flight. The trim wheel is quite a bit more nose, needs more nose down trim for level plane, because right now we're level plane. For the reality expansion pack 172, for some reason, it needs more nose down trim than what the Default Cessna does. I don't know why. think most of the settings in the force feedback software, I think they're pretty close. Yeah, I'm trying to make everything pretty much the same, so.
RO 0 feet. Temperature 16. Dew point 8. Altimeter 3021. Density altitude 900 feet. Northeast Ohio Regional Airport, Automated Surface Observation. 1453 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, broken at 4500 feet. Temperature 16. Dew point 8. Altimeter 3021. Density altitude 900 feet.
Okay. Disconnect the autopilot. Come back to throttle. See if we can see this airport. There it is. Okay. I think I'll fly back to Erie and we'll do a landing there. So far, pretty happy. The Default Cessna 172 and the Reality Expansion Pack do act a bit different, but not terrible different. Gotta let you know what I need to change to try to make them a little closer. It doesn't seem to affect my landing. Man, I'm still like trimming off the pressure and trying to maintain a set airspeed, you know, coming in for landing. So that all seems to work. So. Yeah, probably have to ask on Discord what you would change. Whoops. Thought it sounded a little quick. So Erie's about 22 miles away. It says about 14 minutes away. So we're running an Intel That's interesting. I wonder why that happened. Hey, babe. You all done? Oh, okay. Okay. My, like my Twitch disconnected. I have it set up to automatically reconnect, so. Yeah, it looked like it did that, so. But so I'm running Intel i9, i9 900K with a 5090, and the headset I'm using is a Bigscreen Beyond 1, and I have a Bigscreen Beyond 2E on order. So we'll see when they can get me one. I ordered that on April 9th. So right now they're shipping the majority of the orders now, or it's in March. So there's been one April order, and that one was right before mine. So Not sure how that was possible, but that's what happened. So I'm running force feedback FliteSim.com, CLS-60, and CLS-370. The 60 is the yoke, and the 370 is the rudder pedals. So he has force feedback, yoke, and rudder pedals. So we are in X-Plane 12.2.1 R1. Waiting for public beta 12.3.0 to be made available to the public. For scenery, I'm running X World and Global Forest version 2. And, pretty happy with how it looks. So this area out here is not too terribly populated, so a lot of farmland and stuff like that. So we'll switch over to tower. Let me make sure that
Al Tom Ridgefield, information Papa 1551 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 6, 2. Wind 330 at 6. Visibility 10. Sky conditions.
okay, so we're landing on 6. We'll get about 10 miles out. We'll make a call. So let me fix this. So I dialed in ground for Erie. So I'm on tower for active. Standby is on ground. Oh, that's about what we're doing. So we're super sampling Bigscreen beyond quite a bit. Its native res is 2560 and we're doing 3560. So. So we're along the shores of Lake Erie. One of the Great Lakes. Lived in this area pretty all my life. pretty place to fly. Okay. Is that of autopilot? What director? Erie Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, inbound to land, runway 06.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, make straight in for runway 2.
Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request landing, runway 06. Erie Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request landing, runway 06. Erie Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Erie Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, continue inbound for runway 6, winds 330 at 6.
Continue inbound for runway 6, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Guess we're doing straight in approach.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, winds 330 at 6, runway 2, cleared to land.
Clear to land, runway 6, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, welcome to Erie. Contact ground on 121.9er.
Contact ground, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Ground Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request taxi to general aviation parking.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, taxi to general aviation parking via Alpha 3, Alpha Charlie, cross runway 20 at your discretion. Have a good day.
Taxi to general aviation parking via Alpha 3, Alpha Charlie, cross runway 2 at my discretion, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Okay, made it back home safe and sound. Cool. Everything went reasonably well, with the exception of Twitch disconnected, but hey, that's life. So we'll call it a day. That's pretty much what I wanted to do. I don't know whether I'll put this on YouTube or not. I'm not quite sure yet, but probably not. I'll make a highlight. I'll keep it on the. How close are we? Let me turn the battery back on. Okay, so that isn't too far off. Okay. Kind of curious where my trim was when I got done landing, so not too far. Whoops. Not too far from the takeoff trim. Yeah. So I'm not too far. Okay. All right. Good enough. I'll call it a day.